Hi, Mehryn. How are you? Happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy Friday. What a week. What a week.
What a week. I don't want to say happy Friday. I want to say it's
Yeah.
Florida Friday. Of course, those of us in the U.S. All know that Florida was hit with a very bad hurricane. Mehryn, I know you and Michael are both in Florida. I'm happy to see you
Here.
guys safe. I'm happy to see you guys here today. But we do have a lot of partners and a lot of colleagues that are still struggling down there today.
Yeah, lots of devastation hit just south of us. So, yeah. And now it's headed up to South Carolina. So, those of you up on the East Coast, stay safe. It's a big
Stay
one.
safe, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a Teams Friday after this, where we'll go more into exactly what everybody saw and just sort of give some stories from the hurricane itself. But in better news, Mehryn, we've got a new colleague.
We do. Susan is joining our team. So, super excited to have her on board. 20 years of experience. Those of you that are on the feed probably know her and love her. And we're super excited to have her on board.
I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her, Mehryn. I don't know if you know this about me. I am PictureTell certified.
Oh,
So
I did
I
not.
am PictureTell certified. Susan comes from PictureTell. We've got a lot of things in common.
Yes.
We've got a lot of things to do. But if you don't follow Susan on LinkedIn, make sure you connect with her partners. You will start to see her in some of our meetings that we have. Welcome, Susan, to the team. We're excited to have you. Mehryn, I wanted to actually post a video that I saw this week. It was actually really, really good. You know, not everybody has moved to the cloud yet, and some people are still on Exchange Server. And those customers that are still on server have the opportunity of using Teams rooms, and we should all understand how Teams integrates with Exchange, because that is a key part to Teams rooms. So it was an interesting video to see and sort of point out. Nothing really big here, nothing groundbreaking, but really a good video, and a long video too. I think it was like 45 minutes on all the different things that were there.
Okay.
Also, Teams, great article, Mehryn. I saw this.
Yeah, we've talked about this before of just the inner workings of Teams does a lot behind the scenes through AI to improve audio. And so if you've ever wanted to describe that, this is a great article that helps kind of outline some of those challenging work scenarios and how Microsoft goes about solving them.
It's really, sort of there, and why Teams rooms really is important, because it adopts all of the features that are inside of Teams. And this is why video conferencing devices of the past are not what you want inside of your conference rooms.
Right.
Taking advantage of AI and machine-based learning and being able to actually replace packets, I mean, that's the thing of the future. That's where we're going and why we're doing this. So it was an interesting article. If you understand the Satya codec, if you understand all the benefits that Teams has as a platform, being able to use this is really there. Mehryn, we've got more big news coming, and you've got to register for Ignite.
I finally did last week, and I think
About time, Mehryn.
Yeah, about time. I'm getting with the program, and I think I pulled together some slides this week that'll give our listeners a view of what, now that you've registered, now that I've registered, what you want to look out for. So there are some great sessions on the docket. We'll probably focus on a little bit of those this week and a little bit of those next week, because not only do we have some great keynotes from Microsoft, but we also have a lot of our OEMs sponsoring that will have their own sessions. So lots of great content coming your way.
In the words of Emmanuel, Mehryn, make good decisions and register for Ignite, right? So
We got to check in on Emmanuel. Emmanuel's on some farm with Emily. We don't know if he's okay. So
we don't know yet. We're going to talk about that on Teams Friday. But here's some recommendations for some sessions. You and I were discussing things right before this. We'll probably put out a little bit of some session recommendations. I know that I'm doing things with Neat and Poly and some of the OEMs. I'm excited for Ignite. There are a whole bunch of announcements. There are good things coming from our OEMs as well. So I'm really excited. Just different sessions that are here. Steven Rose and Lori will do a great Teams best practices session. Excited to see that as well.
Yeah. So we'll make sure to post some of these links, but tune in next week where we go a little bit deeper. You'll have a full schedule, hopefully, from us as far as what to watch and what OEM sessions to tune into as well.
And
So
after
another
you
big
do
training.
Ignite,
Yes.
we've got the boot camp coming. Mehryn, I think everybody probably that follows us has their badges. If they don't,
Hope so.
go get the badges. Go get the
Go get
badges.
the
But if you want
Yeah.
to learn more, if you want some updated content, this will be the boot camp to actually sign up for. It's aka.ms MS Teams Room Sales Boot Camp.
Yeah, and our humble request would be, assuming that you all have your badges, be an advocate and help encourage your coworkers and friends to go and get their badge too. So copy that link and save it and share it. Appreciate
Absolutely. And then after that, before that, next week, I've got a session with my friends over in Europe, and I don't know if Hinsey's going to be there this time or not, but we're giving a Teams room device types and categories, aka.ms, learning about Teams rooms. Go register for next week's session. We're excited about it. We're excited for all the sessions that we have. And Mehryn, did you know you can actually give feedback? It doesn't just have to be about these sessions, aka.ms MTR feedback. Maybe you just want to say, you really like Jimmy and Mehryn, and you enjoy it. I mean, I don't know, it might be good to say that. But
I honestly did not know about that link until today. So that is another one to save and bookmark. We're just giving you Bookmark Friday. Let's make a whole little series section on that.
Right? I need a catalog of all the aka.ms links that we have.
Yeah. There you go.
Mehryn, I wanted to point out one of our partners, Unified Communications, did a really good Microsoft Teams Rooms configurator on their website this week.
This, in my opinion, best configurator out there. Absolutely amazing job by Unified Communications. And what's wonderful is they've taken sort of a page out of Microsoft's book. They've looked at all of our different room styles and archetypes off of our web and have put and styled some great recommendations with some wonderful hardware. And honestly, you can go in, you can bookmark, you can save, you can request quote, you can create different projects and timelines in there. It is very advanced, super slick. So love it. Go check it out. We got the link there in the picture, but super congratulatory remarks to Unified Communications. They did a fantastic job.
And I like when partners do this, and we can point out the good work that our partners do, because you and I both get the private messages from customers. Hey, where do I start? And this is the kind of thing. It's a great place to start. We can send customers there. They can do their thing. And then at the end, they can actually speak to somebody if they want to. It's not always, hey, get in contact with us and we'll call you and we'll figure it out. Also, Mehryn, we've got some events coming up. Empowering a people-first organization. I think we saw this week with the news from General Motors about how important it is with the people-first organization.
Yeah, like Jimmy gave me a heads up this morning, like GM, which I honestly, I had my heads down with the hurricane this week, but they announced everybody back to work 5 days a week. And then what happened, Jimmy?
Yeah, that 2 days later, leadership announced, okay, well, we're not all coming back to work. We're going to have to look to see how we actually do this and what we're going to do.
Sounds like it backfired a little bit, yeah.
All these work trend study indexes, they're not just numbers. They're actually data. And I think that leadership really has to look at things. And speaking of the work trend index, I think this is going to be your favorite event that's coming up on October 27th.
You know me so well. I'm a huge fan of the Work Lab and stats. And honestly, I would love to know, what it takes to be a futurist, because I love it when you get futurists on a panel and you talk forward-looking trends. So this is wonderful speakers. It's going to involve some Q&A in the session. So if you can mark that on your calendar, I certainly will be there as well.
Yeah, all these work trend index reports and the data that comes out of them is spectacular. I'm really excited to actually hear from these people about exactly how they're working everything in. And Mehryn, if you haven't heard of Productivity Paranoia, this was a big thing last week in the session with Judson and those guys as well.
Yeah, and you called this out on the groundbreaking of the Work Lab. That was the one thing we pulled out of it. And sure enough, all the articles that came out of the Work Trend Index really focused on productivity paranoia. So you're seeing a lot more content come out about what that is. Not spying on employees at all. It's not that. I think we're all trying to prove through our tools that actually, yes, we are being more productive. We don't have to spy and move the mouse every 5 seconds just to prove that we're working, right?
And I think the news from General Motors shows this disconnect between leadership and the employees, and what can actually happen when they're looking at things and not taking all the data into consideration while they do it. Also, CEO Satya Nadella and the CEO of LinkedIn, actually a very good interview on YouTube, speaking exactly about this and how they actually do hybrid work and a lot of the things that actually challenge hybrid work. So it was a great video segment, just a short video segment with the two of them speaking about the challenges that rise in the workplace and how companies are navigating the uncertain environment that we're into.
Great.
So Mehryn, As I said, we're going to talk a little bit more. I think we hit it right on the nail this time. The fastest 10 minutes. Teams rooms news this week. Want to say to everybody, thank you, Michael. I know that you're here as well for doing all the production behind the scenes. Want to say thank you to all of our friends at Hopin. I had a meeting with them this week about a few things. Also, the October 6th down in Florida. Mehryn, I know that you and Michael are going to try to get down there. I hope they get down there. I will be there. Yep. Just a whole bunch of different events. Happy Friday, everybody. We will be on Teams Friday after this, discussing a little bit more and having a little bit more of a casual conversation. If you want to join us, thank you to the community. Thank you to everybody. And I hope everybody has a happy and a safe weekend.
Stay safe. Have a good weekend.